creativity.
Hey there, I'm doing great, thank you. Absolutely, I'd love to help with that. If you've got specific questions about creative thinking or need some tips and techniques, just let me know and we can dive right in.
What does thinking creatively mean to you in your daily life or work?
That's a great question. For me, thinking creatively is all about approaching challenges with an open mind, looking for connections between seemingly unrelated ideas, and being willing to experiment and take risks. In daily life or work, it might mean looking at problems from a different perspective, brainstorming ideas without judgment, and being open to new possibilities. It's kind of like blending curiosity with imagination.
My next question is, how can someone train their mind to see problems from new perspective?
That's a fantastic follow up. One way to train your mind is by regularly exposing yourself to diverse experiences, whether that's reading different genres of books, exploring new cultures, or engaging in varied hobbies. Another great method is practicing empathy by putting yourself in other people's shoes and considering how they might view the same problem. You can also try techniques like brainstorming with others, challenging your own assumptions, and even using creative prompts or puzzles to stimulate new ways of thinking. It's all about building that mental flexibility over time.
What are some habits that encourage creating creative thinking?
Oh, there are definitely some great habits to foster. For instance, keeping a daily journal can help you jot down random ideas and reflections, which can spark creativity. Another habit is setting aside time for daydreaming or letting your mind wander, because that's often when creative ideas pop up. Engaging in regular brain exercises like puzzles, games, or even creative writing prompts can also help. Additionally, maintaining a routine that includes breaks and downtime can give your brain the space it needs to make new connections. And of course, staying curious and to learning new things is key. Absolutely. And if you ever want to dive deeper into any of these habits or need some more specific tips, I'm here to help. Just let me know.
How does curiosity fuel creativity and innovation?
Curiosity is kind of the spark that drives creativity and innovation because it pushes you to ask questions, explore the unknown, and seek out new knowledge. When you're curious, you're more likely to experiment and take risks, which can lead to unexpected discoveries and innovative solutions. Curiosity also helps you stay open minded and adaptable, which are key ingredients for creative thinking. Essentially, curiosity keeps the mind engaged and constantly searching for better ways of doing things.
Why do people often limit their own creativity and how can they overcome that?
That's a really insightful question. Often people limit their own creativity due to self doubt, fear of failure, or even societal norms and expectations that dictate what's considered acceptable. Sometimes it's just a habit of sticking to the familiar and avoiding risks. To overcome that, it helps to cultivate a growth mindset where mistakes are seen as learning opportunities rather than failures, encouraging experimentation, creating a safe environment for brainstorming, and seeking diverse perspectives can also help. Building confidence through small creative projects and celebrating those wins along the way can make a big difference too.
Why do people often limit their own creativity and how can they overcome that?
Absolutely. It often comes down to factors like fear of judgment, perfectionism, or even a lack of confidence in one's own ideas. Sometimes people get stuck in routines or follow conventional thinking, which limits their creative potential. Overcoming that often involves fostering a more open mindset, encouraging curiosity, embracing mistakes as learning opportunities, and seeking out diverse perspectives. It can also help to create a supportive environment where creativity is encouraged and celebrated. Little by little, these steps can help people break free from those limitations.
How can daydreaming or doing nothing sometimes lead to creative insights?
Absolutely. Daydreaming is such a powerful tool. When we let our minds wander, it creates space for subconscious connections and creative insights to emerge. During those moments of mental downtime, our brain continues to process information in the background, often leading to fresh perspectives and innovative ideas. Plus, daydreaming can help reduce stress and boost overall mental well-being, which in turn makes us more open and receptive to creative thinking. It's like giving yourself permission to explore new possibilities without any pressure.
What role does diversity of experience play in sparking creativity?
Diversity of experience really plays a huge role in sparking creativity because it exposes you to a wide range of perspectives, ideas, and problem solving approaches. When you interact with people from different backgrounds, cultures, or fields, you gain new insights that you might not have considered before. This blend of different experiences can lead to more innovative solutions and fresh ideas that you wouldn't arrive at in a more homogeneous environment. Essentially, the richness of diverse experiences acts as a catalyst for creative thinking and
How can constraints or limitations actually enhance creative problem solving?
that's such an interesting angle. Constraints can actually be really powerful for creativity because they force you to think more resourcefully and innovate within boundaries. When you're faced with limitations, you often have to dig deeper and come up with creative solutions that you wouldn't have considered otherwise. It kind of narrows your focus and helps you think outside the box. Plus, constraints can drive efficiency and focus, pushing you to make the most out of limited resources and leading to more refined and inventive outcomes. It's kind of like turning limitations into a catalyst for creativity.
Now we talk about problem solving. What is the difference between analytical thinking and creative problem solving?
Great question. Analytical thinking usually involves breaking down a problem into smaller, more manageable parts and using logic, data, and approaches to find. It's very structured and often linear, focusing on existing information and trying to optimize or refine it. Creative problem solving, on the other hand, is more about thinking outside the box. It involves generating new ideas, making unconventional connections, and exploring multiple possibilities. It's more iterative and often involves stepping away from the problem to gain fresh perspectives. In essence, analytical thinking tends to refine and optimize, while creative solving focuses on innovation and exploration. Both are important and often complement each other.
How do emotions influence the way we solve problems?
Emotions definitely play a big role in problem solving. For example, positive emotions like curiosity, excitement, or optimism can boost creativity, enhance motivation, and help us approach challenges with an open mind. On the flip side, negative emotions like stress, anxiety, or frustration can sometimes narrow our focus, limit our thinking, and make it harder to see creative solutions. However, emotions can also be harnessed in a positive way. For instance, empathy can help us understand others' perspectives and lead to more effective solutions. In short, emotions can shape our problem solving by influencing how we perceive challenges, how we think creatively, and how motivated we are to find solutions.
How can visualization or mind mapping help in creating ideas?
Visualization and mind mapping are fantastic tools for idea generation. Visualization helps to create mental images which can spark creativity by making abstract ideas more tangible and easier to explore. It can also help you see connections and patterns that might not be obvious at first. Mind mapping, on the other hand, is a visual tool that organizes information hierarchically. It lets you start with a central idea and branch out into related themes and subtopics. This not only helps in organizing your thoughts, but also in seeing how different ideas interconnect, which can lead to new insights and more innovative solutions. In short, both techniques help you think more expansively, organize your ideas clearly, and discover new connections that can fuel creativity.
Lastly, we please tell me about how do you balance creative thinking with practical decision making?
Balancing creative thinking with practical decision making is definitely key. One approach is to first allow yourself to brainstorm and think freely without constraints to generate as many ideas as possible. Once you have a pool of creative ideas, you can then switch to a more analytical mindset to evaluate those ideas in terms of feasibility, resources, and potential outcomes. Another helpful strategy is to keep communicating